I find the front end of the Hyundai Santa Cruz kind of a radical design, especially with this black grille, you know, and these headlights, which are kind of tiny in contrast to the grille. Sometimes it's difficult to recognize where the headlight begins, but let me tell you, the headlight ends right over here. So yeah, it's small. This is actually not made in Korea. This is made in Montgomery, Alabama. Let me tell you about the interior of this vehicle and give you my food for thought. I think the interior, it is, oh yeah, I forgot to shut the door very hard. This is not a European car. There's nothing wrong with that. It's for 30 to 40K pickup truck. What do you expect? I just wish it had a digital rearview mirror, especially if you're, actually, you don't really need it because you have a bed, and even if you fill up the bed, it's not going to obstruct the back view, so you don't need a digital rearview mirror. But I did wish it had a larger panoramic sunroof. And I'm a big fan of this chunky 8-speed automatic shifter. Let me show you the parking camera situation. So most cars, you have the rear view camera, but this you have the 360. Let me show you all the angles. You can have this angle. Yep, it's a great camera system. You even have a diff lock. In a conventional unibody pickup truck, that's a nice feature to have, especially when you're going off-roading. Hill descent control. And a few drive modes: normal, sport, smart, and snow. Interesting, it doesn't really have a dedicated off-road mode. And I'm also quite fond of this metal accent across the steering wheel, along with these buttons. They feel pretty premium, except for this piano black shifter. I mean, piano black inlay, because, you know, kind of scratches and smudges. Same with right over here. It would have been better if Hyundai could use physical, you know, tactile knobs rather than just the It also has dual zone climate control, and weirdly enough, in the modern car, it still has USB-A ports, not C, which is not a big problem, I think, for most buyers. You do have a lot of leg room in the front, but in the back, as you can see in my previous video, it's compromised. And overall, it's a pleasant interior to be, especially on long trips. The seats are very comfortable, especially the headrest. This and the Tucson have the best headrest from Hyundai. Props to them. Thanks for watching. I find that the design of the Hyundai Santa Cruz kind of reminds me of a Polestar. Look at the rear tail lights. Does it look like it was inspired from the Polestar too? Anyway, this bed is only 48 inches long, but it's pretty practical. It's only 195 inches long actually, so it's actually shorter than the Maverick. And it's based on the Tucson. So this is a Tucson. The front end is actually almost identical. Let me show you the Tucson. Can't you tell it's almost the same design? I mean, yeah, it really is the same design. Check out this interesting Easter egg right over here. So, make sure the doors. Just like that. Now let me show you some storage here. So let me just see, you even have a household power outlet right over there. Extra storage. You have a drain plug right over here, so you can actually use it for drinks, you know? Quite useful. Same goes for here. You have another storage right over here. Lights on each side of the truck. Pretty useful bed. Cup holders. Pretty lights. Liftgate. Hyundai. You even have, you know, like in a Chevy Silverado, you can step on it so it's easier to get into the bed. Yep. The gas cap is located right over here. Take a look at the window sticker. This is a Santa Cruz limited all-wheel drive, so there's like the SE, SEL, and then you go for the XRT, which gives you the 2.5 turbo engine from the Santa Fe, which makes like 281 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. This is a fully loaded model, so it's a limited all-wheel drive turbo. There's also the Night Edition and the XRT. The interior is extremely I would say premium, but not luxurious. You have this piano black inlay, metal accents, this soft touch upper door dash, along the piano black inlay, soft touch, and the ventilated and heated leather seating surfaces. Heated steering wheel, a humongous center console. Let me show you how big it is. Big enough for drinks. USB Type A, wireless charging pad, 2 cup holders, decent size storage. The design kind of reminds me of the Tucson. It's basically built on the Tucson platform. So this is more of a unibody platform. This is a 12.3-inch digital display, a 10-inch display. Navigation is pretty intuitive. It's a wired CarPlay setup, a wired Android Auto. I do think the interior of this vehicle is extremely rugged. But I wish you had physical knobs for your volume. You know, the cheaper SEL models, you can have like a physical volume rocker. In here, you only have it right over here. Of course, like any Hyundai, it has the blind spot monitoring feature, illumination display, traction control. And I'm also a big fan of this chunky dual clutch 8-speed automatic shifter. Here are your drive modes. There is something really appealing about this truck. Kind of reminds me of the Subaru Baja, if you know what I'm talking about. I would say, yeah, it's quite small. This is a compact truck. So you don't get a lot of space. Behind my own seating position at around 5'9", I only have a few inches of legroom to spare. I at least have rear seat air vents and USB ports. Oh yeah, I want to show you something interesting. Great for dogs. So, one of my favorite features of trucks. Let's talk about headroom. Headroom is not bad. I have more than a hand of headroom, which is impressive. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the way this window rakes up, you know. Kind of claustrophobic. You can have an adjust these shoulder belts. You can do it only in the front. I don't know why automakers use piano black material. Man, I guess because it's cheap and it's easy to manufacture, but it's not a very durable material, especially for a truck. Let me slam it. So you do have roof rails. I wish you can get a dual panoramic sunroof. But overall, are you a fan of small pickup trucks? And I have a final question for you. Would you choose the Ford Maverick or the Hyundai Santa Cruz? I think you choose the Ford Maverick because something that's more fuel efficient and you didn't need that powerful of an engine. But you might need to go for the Santa Cruz if you need a more powerful engine. I would say the Maverick has a much more understated look. This is more, I won't say more of a radical approach, it's just more stylish or more, controversial, in your face. But overall, this is a great pickup truck for a lifestyle family. They don't really need an F-150, but they kind of need an everyday usable truck. I would highly recommend this, except that the bed is kind of short. So if you're really going to haul a lot of equipment, you might consider getting a larger SUV or larger truck. Thanks for watching.